Drinking and driving. We live in a state famous for our beautiful state parks, the Badgers, Packer football, and cheese. However, one thing Wisconsinites have been labeled famous for is drinking. In 1 year, 223 people were killed and nearly 3,000 were injured, just in Wisconsin alone. I could try and recall the nights I drove home drunk, but I can honestly say that I have no idea how many times I put not only my life in danger, but others as well. It's been proven on average that a driver can drink and drive up to 80 times before their first arrest. If I could remember how many times I got away with drinking and driving, I could confirm that statistic. What I do remember is the night my say-to-so luck ran out. The red and blue lights flashed in my rearview mirror as my heart fell to my toes. If you are 21 or older, it is legal to have a few drinks and drive. Although if you are younger than 21, there is a zero tolerance policy, meaning you cannot have any alcohol in your system. Survey results showed that 70% of teens have drank. Teens gain a big freedom when they turn 16 because they have the chance to drive. What's scary is when you mix underage drinking and a new driver. Many teens start drinking due to their curiosity or peer pressure from friends. Some other factors may be low self-esteem or getting influenced by family. Using alcohol or any kind of drug to deal with things often leads to addiction. Not only can you get hefty fines and into a lot of legal trouble, you will most likely lose your license. The biggest impact of all on drinking and driving is you can not only end your life, but a complete stranger's as well. How would you like it if you were the one drinking and driving, but the person you hit because you were intoxicated died? I can't speak from experience on that one, but I know a few people that can. I promise you it will haunt you till the day that you die, just like it continues to haunt them. Alcohol caused 6.5 times more teen deaths than all other drugs combined. In fact, alcohol is the most abused drug by teens. The simple solution would just be to stay sober. In a few years, your time will come when you can legally drink. Although that's the safest and most easiest way out of what could potentially happen, many teens, just like me, have and will continue to drink. For those people that won't stay sober, I urge you to not get behind the wheel after drinking. The best option is to sleep somewhere, even if it's in your car. And then I have this slide, and it's be responsible. If you drink, you shouldn't drive. Get your pillow and blankets and be ready to camp out. In a house, in your car, under the stars, anywhere. Just don't drink after, or don't drive after drinking. The best option to sleep is somewhere, even if it's in your car. If you plan on leaving from where you have been drinking, a smart idea would be to find a designated driver. If you're going to do dumb things, at least try to be smart about it. Many of you have probably heard something like that a time or two in your life. However, I'm hoping it can impact you a little more coming from someone you kind of know and someone who's your own age. I was pretty shocked when I found out that I passed my field sobriety test, especially because my shoes weren't even on all the way. Although I was detained, I never got arrested or a DUI. As I sat with handcuffs on in the back of the police car, we pulled up to the jail. Like a kind vampire, the cop asked me if I would agree to a blood test. I responded with a question of, I would like to know what would happen. The cop informed me that he couldn't tell me what happened. Since I never prepared myself for what to do in that kind of situation, I declined the blood test. He then called my mom and told her what happened. At 3 in the morning, she showed up in the parking lot of the Sauk County Jail to come get me. I fell asleep crying next to my mom that night in her bed. I don't think I've ever felt so disappointed in myself in my life. The emotional toll it took on me and the costly tickets was enough punishment for me from my parents. Living in a small town didn't help because everyone found out about it right away. When you get caught, especially by the police, doing something bad, you're labeled very quickly. Avoid walking in a straight line Avoid the shame of others driving by and seeing you on the side of the road trying your best to walk in a straight line. Avoid having to work hard for your paycheck just to pay off your tickets. Avoid getting labeled by your peers and other people in your community. Avoid putting yourself or anyone else around you in danger. You don't want to be the reason those friends and family come together to bury their loved ones. I ended up finding out that if you refuse a blood test, you automatically lose your license for up to a year. There is currently about 3.5 months left of my license being revoked. It's been a tough year losing my license. You really lose your freedom because you have to rely on other people to get you from point A to point B. I've many times had to rely on my 2 feet in the past months, which was something I never thought I'd have to do again after I got my license. After I found out the grand total of my tickets, I had a lot of decisions to make. I ended up listening to my brother's advice and selling my Jeep. For the people that didn't know, I had a red ragtop Jeep Wrangler. She was my baby and I named her Gypsy. Between all of the rumors that got started, losing my freedom by my license being revoked, and having to sell Gypsy to pay off my tickets, I gained a lot of wisdom through my struggles. It wasn't an easy lesson, and looking back at it, I wish I would have listened to the people that urged me to be smart and safe. People make mistakes, but that one-time mistake could potentially ruin it all. So now as I wait for September 15th to come so I can gain my freedom on the road, I urge you to do one thing: stay sober. And if you're not willing to do that, don't drink and drive. Learn from my mistake. You may think you are invincible. I know I felt that way, but eventually I still got caught. And then I have the last 2 slides is, we all make mistakes. It says, I've sinned, I am no saint. Everyone makes mistakes. It's not always about your mistakes, it's about how you take your mistake and learn from it. I'm far from ashamed from sharing my story. In fact, I believe I can inspire some people and help my peers not only stay out of trouble, but possibly save a life. I only hope I've inspired you guys today.